How's it, guys? Welcome. I'm sitting here with one of the great minds of today's generation. Most of us know him as Aslam. He's got about 1.3 million views on TikTok across a few channels and got two very successful e-commerce stores and has just recently started Hermes Academy. And I think we're going to get in depth with that today and talk a little bit about what he's achieved and how he's got there. You know what I mean? It would be interesting to see what he's done and what he's achieved, you know? So yeah, here he is, Aslam.
Right. Firstly,
Welcome,
thank
bro.
you for having me on.
Welcome, bro.
All right.
Yeah, it's actually 10 o'clock right now, so we're just chilling. We've got some Red Bulls on stock to keep us fine, you know. But yeah. So where did all of this start? Like what was the beginning idea and what brought all of this about? You know what I mean?
Right. So back in grade eight, when I honestly loved to game, I wasn't necessarily allowed to game much throughout the year. So even in grade nine, grade 10,
Yeah.
one of these games came out which everybody was playing. I won't say the name. Um, and I definitely,
Why? Maybe we could get some fans from it. Why not? What game was it? Come
well,
on.
well, it was Fortnite. So I really loved that game, and I saw people like Tifu and all of that stuff, and I wanted to become like a YouTuber at that point. So the Rens didn't really enjoy it.
Are there any secret videos that we can find on YouTube?
They are, but they are they are, but they very much unlisted and
What
on
channel? What
private.
channel are we going
The
on?
channel that people are probably watching this from, but they're very much private and unlisted. But maybe one day I'll put one of them back up. I made like montages and stuff like that. Anyway, that's a past life of me.
We'll get
Um,
those.
so in grade eight, grade nine, that's when I really wanted to do gaming properly. Um, but I wasn't necessarily allowed. I even saved up to get like my own desktop and all of that stuff, like gaming desktop. So from there, I still was barely able to play games, which is 100%. As of now, I've realized why it was so important.
Okay, but
But
why was it that you couldn't play games? Because of your strict parents, I'm assuming.
they weren't, not necessarily strict, but obviously they weren't the best for me. And they wanted me to go through, go focus on school and all that stuff.
Did
So I
it?
think that it's very fair
Okay.
as a parent. And also it has helped me a lot. Otherwise, like I would have still been trying to be like a professional YouTubing gamer, and especially being in South Africa,
It doesn't work
it
out too
does not
well.
work out that that amazingly. But throughout that journey, when I got to about grade 10, I realized that I actually really want a game,
Yeah.
and there's only one way to do it is that if I somewhat have like I guess my own place, and that's where I was like, cool, I need to make my own money to start gaming. Not gaming, sorry, to actually get out the house
Yeah,
and all that
yeah.
stuff. I was literally like just a delusional kid, I guess to say it like that. And then from there, I was about grade 10 when I went into the professional Fortnite
Yeah.
South Africa side of the game. So from there, I started to meet other people, and I was like one of the smallest in. I was followers wise. I was one of the smallest. And I asked this one guy, Psycho,
Yeah.
who also games still. I asked him if this idea would be cool. Would be to start a tournament hosting platform, where people could also promote their stuff and all that. From there, the thing grew so quickly and so fast. Obviously, COVID happened as well. So when we
Yeah, a
got
lot of people were
into
indoors at that time, eh?
yo,
Yeah, so I mean that was a perfect time to actually
perfect
start
time.
that.
Everybody was gaming. Everybody was playing. Even Call of Duty. Everybody, the gaming community was doing really well at that point. So from that stage, I realized that I can try and make this whole tournament hosting thing a possible way for me to make money.
Yeah.
And then from there, it grew during COVID from around 1,000 members in 8 months to 5,500 members. And that's only South African
Was that
players.
all like organically just through people telling people to
Yeah,
join or
hosting
tell,
good.
tell us a little bit about that process, like how you got to that point, you know what I mean?
So it was like hosting good tournaments, all of that stuff, and even getting sponsorships The main one was when we got a 33,000 Rand sponsorship from NSML, which is a Nigerian company. So they gave us 33,000 Rand to host an African tournament.
Okay.
And that boosted the amount of people that we had on EVAC, it was called EVAC. So if anybody, can see EVAC Tech versus our opponents, it wasn't made from their name. It was made because EVAC was its own thing. It was its
Yeah.
own gaming thing. It had its own name. So then we decided literally just put tech at the end of it. There was 5,500 people. So at that point, literally, we may as well just try and monetize it. That's what I thought. And the best way to monetize it with gamers was to start like a gaming store,
Of
gaming
course.
with desktops and all that stuff. So then from there, I made PC exports, and after NSML, we made what's now known as Evactech, which
Yeah.
did amazing in its first month. And then somebody told me, listen, what you're doing is actually known as dropshipping, because I never really had the products on hand.
Never got that initial introduction into dropshipping.
No, I never had the products on hand at all. I put everything on the websites, and if somebody wanted to buy it, they would come across
Yeah.
the websites, click the link, and then from there they can make a purchase of a desktop or whatever we're selling. And at that point, we had one desktop on the sites that people could buy, which is known as the limited edition desktop. And after November, I saw that this is a really good business that I can
So,
hold for the
so
next
you
few years.
you initially started with just one specific desktop
One
without any
desktop.
customizations, anything like that.
And
then-
that desktop, the reason that I wanted to expand was because the next month after starting, I got about 8 orders. When it was Black Friday in
Yeah.
November of 2020.
Yeah, that must have been lovely.
It was
That
insane.
must
I was
have been
17, walking out of like something more with like
Yeah.
just desktops, and I was like, well, what are
And
you
they were
doing?
like, what's going on here?
But yeah, it was a very cool story. And I had points like I loved the way and how to build a desktop and all that stuff. So it was like my dream come true, like to build desktops for fun
Oh,
and
sure,
makes
yeah.
a good amount of money.
I mean, how did you end up balancing like all of this? Was it time consuming, or did it sort of operate on itself? Would you call it like, was it something
It
that you had
was-
to focus a lot of your attention on? What was your schedule at that
Yeah.
time? You know what I mean? Like,
So obviously, I know that we both went to Porus,
yeah,
but I had to go on the bus because I didn't stay in Stellenbosch. So I had to wake up at like normally, like even without the business, I would wake up at 5 a.m. every single day to catch the bus at 6 because, as a lot of my friends behind the camera know, I take time. I take time.
and you were a busboy, bro.
And I was a
We used
bus
to hate
for
you.
10 a.m. I had to be in the bus going to school. So at times I'd have to then wake up like 30 minutes earlier,
Yeah.
like 4:30 to answer emails and all that stuff. And like I'd go to bed at 10. So to balance it out, it was a lot of work. Like I had to be very disciplined. I had to answer emails, I had to do this. But also at the same time, I had one business at that point, whereas now I've got quite a few.
Okay, we're back. I think we were talking about scheduling, about your schedule and how you manage to run your business, do your schooling, do your sport, do all of that. Did you do sport in school? I don't even remember actually.
Yeah. So that was before COVID.
Yeah.
So just before COVID happened, I got into like the borderline team for athletics. I did athletics for most of
Yeah.
like, my life.
Yeah.
So then I got into the borderline team finally for like the first time in high school.
Your parents were probably so like
Yeah,
mad proud.
they were amped. Which still happy about. I don't know how my life could have like turned out if I went either into focusing mainly on academics and secondary being focusing on athletics and sports. But well, now that I've got the business sorted out and everything, well, at least mostly sorted out, I've gone back into athletics. Also, it's a good way to keep fit and all of that stuff.
I should probably I mean, I'm sitting here cozy, like I haven't moved.
Nah, but I mean, like I definitely enjoyed it, and at that time it was just business and
Yeah.
academics and like passing my trick and all that stuff.
There was none of that real life stress.
No,
I mean,
no, literally. But I mean, in my
It
trick,
gets
I still
hectic,
did
eh?
decently fine. Actually, I did
Yeah.
fine for what I had on my plate. Good
Yeah.
for what I had on my plate.
And I mean, matric, final exams, you probably put everything on a pause there. Just
No,
not
no.
even
My matric
double time.
exams were like the best marks I've gotten throughout high school.
Yes, sir.
Um, it was a lot of caffeine,
Yes, sir.
a lot of caffeine, and a lot of stress about the future if I didn't do well.
Yeah,
So I would be up until sometimes even on exam days, I'd be up to like 3 a.m. and I had 2 3 hours of sleep, more Red Bull, more coffee and stuff like that, and it would keep me going.
obviously. I mean, we've got
Yeah.
Red Bull on deck. We'll put a photo up here of what our fridge
Red Bull,
looks like.
please sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Please, please. I'll make sick ass edits for you guys.
No, we can do it. We can do it all. I promise you. We'll do it. So I've actually got a few questions here on my phone. Um, so I mean, okay, now we've gotten to the point where you've set up the Discord, you've set all of that up. Obviously, Evac Tech was involved with that,
Mm.
and now we've got to the point where we've got Holmes Academy. So bring us to that story. Bring us to how did we get that pathway?
All right. So in obviously during matric, I started home mez in matric as
Yeah.
well. Um, Reasoning was a lot of people were asking me, listen, can you please like provide us with a course? How do you start it?
Wait,
How do you do
let me
this?
just say, we used to go out in the club, and it would be every third person would
Yeah.
come to us. Yo, are you the dropshipping guy? Are you the dropship?
I mean, yeah.
And he would just be like, "Yeah, bro, that's me." And guess what's the next thing they would say? Bro, I have the best idea. I promise you. Me and you, we need to speak. Hey, just be unique next time you come up, please.
At the end of the day, like I do like to. It's cool that I have, I guess, inspired a few people.
Yeah.
But on a night out, it's like the time that
It's
I want
like,
to take
yo,
my
let me
break off.
dance.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yo, please, I don't. I just don't want to be talking about business now. Like the last thing. Um, but yo, when it came to Hermes Academy, it started off with people just wanting me to have a course. Like they want to learn, they want material to learn off of, and then for a month or two,
Yeah.
it was my first course in matric, which I think released in July.
Yeah.
So it was just me focusing on the course, and from there, carry on growing. Till somebody actually asked me, who is my biggest inspiration? I would say one of them would be Iman Gatsi,
Right.
which has brought me into where I am now to finally create Hermes Academy, which
Yeah.
was, I guess the name and everything came out and the branding came out last year, where I can teach people for long periods of time, not necessarily just for 1 month, long periods of time, how to make money,
Yeah.
whether it be with the other professors or even the other tutors, that can help them to make money from trading, dropshipping. And the longer that I'm learning tricks and ways to make
The
money,
better it's gonna
the
get.
better it's going to get, to the point where even making softwares in the future for
Yeah.
Hermes Academy.
No, truly, truly. And I mean, what have been like some of the biggest speed bumps getting to here? Like now with Hermes Academy specifically.
I think the biggest speed bumps would be not having enough staff starting off.
AI.
AI now.
AI.
AI now. But like before, it was just, even last year when Hermes Academy started, it was like 1,800 people on our free group. And then when you take that through WhatsApp and all that stuff,
Yeah.
there'll be probably another 1,000. There'll be 1,800 on Telegram, another 1,000 on WhatsApp. So 2,800 people every day is constant messaging. It's like 400 notifications a day, like on my Apple notifications. 400 notifications a day.
You read through all of them though.
No,
No.
I'm sorry. I can't. I don't have time. I can't go
It's
through
too
every
much.
single one. But so after that, I realized, okay, I need to get a few more staff members. And now that we have AI that allows me to literally just copy paste your message, and we've trained the AI bot to understand the framework of Hermes
It's
Academy.
leveling businesses up, eh?
Oh,
No, it's leveling people.
a question
It's
that
scary
you
though.
guys could send me would take maybe 5 minutes for me to like think of the question. I mean, think of the answer.
Yeah.
Now I
Whereas
can literally put
now,
that same question into
with everything trained
ChatGPT,
in.
and
But I mean, that's also kind of scary though.
it is very scary. But as of now, I think we're in the golden stage of
Yeah,
AI.
the goal, maybe the Wild West, you know.
We never know. It definitely will improve in the future. But as of now, we are in the AI boom, and
Truly.
taking advantage of it right now would be
Yeah.
your best bet.
I mean, so now, wait, I've got more questions for you, bro. I've actually got a whole list here. Like I was really prepared. I brought him all the way out to Betty's Bay. It's not that far, but I mean, it's like, come on. I brought him all the way out here, set all this up to look fancy and all of that, and
Need to
now
be
I've
prepared.
got a whole bunch of questions about everything that he's done. Okay, so now what I want you to give me is what is Hermes Academy's objective? Like, what is its goal to become? What is your plan with it?
Mm. I think my plan with Hermes Academy would be to show people, not only in South Africa, not only Africa, but in like the whole world, how you aren't subjected to the norms that people put out in
Yeah,
public, as in like the normal schooling and getting the normal job and all that stuff. I'm not saying that it's a scam or anything. University is a scam. No, no. It is important that you need your, your
people are
fundamental.
definitely gonna question a lot, but
Yeah,
it'll
I
just
think
come
that
through.
schooling is like you need the fundamental parts. You need the fundamental knowledge. But there's also ways outside of what is given to us to make money. Online is the
Incredible,
best way to make money. Even if you
incredible.
have a job online, I mean, even if you have a normal job, it is still an amazing thing to make money on the side, just online. Like, think
Totally.
about it. If, in how many ways? Dropshipping. You can start a business online, whereas back in the day, you would have to go through all the procedures to actually have an open store.
Yeah,
Whereas nowadays, I think my YouTube video should be out by then. Whereas nowadays, you can start a free store.
completely.
Marketing you can do for free with TikTok. All of these things you can do for free. You can test if
You
your
can get
product will actually get 1, 2 sales. From
everything.
there, it
Yep,
starts to scale up.
done.
And I think my main goal with Hermes Academy would just to show people like you can make money online and also you can give yourself a better future. It's not
Yeah,
only money that we trying to teach people, but it's also like a way of how you can live life. Um, yeah, I guess just to develop people and develop forms, give more passive incomes. That'd be the
yeah.
best way to say
Just
it.
expand people's knowledge about
Legit.
things that you might have a better understanding on.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
even
that.
sometimes people can come to me with better understandings and then they'll
And
go
then,
on
yeah,
to Hermes Academy.
exactly. And we just collectively will grow.
No,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Full of one big brain. So, can you share some of your success stories from the people that have been a part of Hermes?
I have quite a few cool stories. Um, some of them being with people that I went to school with. Guys, I'll be in the club and
Yeah,
not much. I don't go clubbing much at all. So, so like when I'm in any environment, someone will come up to me, and mainly friends from old high schools,
yeah.
and they'll show me. Literally, they'll just come up and show me their bank account. I'll be like,
Oh
"That's
yeah.
insane." I'll be like, "No, that's from you."
No, that's you, boy.
And they'll tell me the whole story. One guy started a high ticket order like dropshipping store. So what a high ticket order dropshipping store is, it's literally something, for example, 10,000 rand,
Yeah,
or even if you're not in South Africa, like 10,000
yeah.
euros. From that high ticket order, they'll make maybe 3, 4,000 rand or euro
Easy.
profit. Obviously, that's a big difference, but 3,000, 4,000 rand or euro profit. And if you're doing that 3, 4 times a month, that's if you're working
Beautiful.
with 3,000 rand,
Yeah.
it's about 12,000 rand if you get 4 sales one time, and it's very minimal procedures that you actually need to take into consideration when you
Yeah.
need to process that order. So this one guy is doing that right now, and he showed me how much his store is making, and he didn't necessarily keep me in the loop of how his store is building and building. The one time he just came after like 2, 3 months, he's like, "This is what your course has done." One guy, again, when I was out, came up to me. He was like, you're awesome. I bought your program, I bought your course, and this is how much I made. I made like 48,000 rand. Like the joining fee is like 400 rand, and his expenses were very minimal.
Yeah.
And that's through about 6 months.
Yeah.
48,000 rand. I was
That's
so
beautiful,
happy.
actually.
Um,
I wish I could do that.
48,000 rand goes a long way.
You know, truly.
But there's a lot of success stories that I've had. And it's not necessarily to say that it's come straight from my course,
Yeah.
but it's through the way that, you know, I'm living also with like my friends, how it's important to stay hardworking and all that stuff. And even though my course might not have helped them in the products that they've picked and all that stuff, they
I mean, it's always a
realized,
learning curve.
yeah, it's a learning curve.
curve.
Like it gave them the ideas to then start their own business. It might not have been in electronics that I've done. Some of them even go into servicing, like drop servicing.
What?
So drop servicing is another form of drop shipping. I mean, it's
Never heard about that. Could you just
So
elaborate a little bit?
yeah, so drop servicing is if you want to sell pretty much like a service to another brand.
Yeah.
So like a good example would be marketing for, let me think of Abso. Let's just say Abso. So if you want to do Abso's marketing and their Instagram marketing sucks, so you go up to Abso, or Abso maybe finds you on Fiverr or wherever you're marketing from, TikTok. They get the email, get the link, whatever, to actually
Yeah.
speak to you. So you have your own charges, 3,000 Rand for marketing of the account and the business. So the way it works is that now they'll pay you that 3,000 Rand every month.
Yeah.
Some people also call this like SaaS, I guess. Anyway, we'll get into that a bit later. So it's about 3,000 Rand, for example, that they'll be paying you. And from there, you can go into Fiverr. You can maybe teach other
Yeah.
people how to do it. Now, with that service, pay somebody else from that 3,000 Rand, pay someone maybe 500 Rand, 1,000 Rand
Rand.
to actually start doing that service for them.
Yeah.
So every month you'll be getting this profit, or 2,000 Rand profit, let's say, if you're paying the other guy 1,000
Yeah.
Rand, which is very possible. If your marketing is down, is amazing and to the point, then
So,
I mean,
so
you'll
say
get
now
sales.
someone needs like a script writer. I would stage myself as a script writer
Mm.
and then get 3,000 Rand and then go on Fiverr, spend 1,000 Rand to get someone else to write a better script than what I could do.
Exactly.
And then I keep
But obviously now
2,000
with
Rand profit.
AI, like
Yeah,
scripts
like that.
are
Scripts.
way
No, but
easier.
I was just giving like
Yeah, no,
an easy
100%.
example. You know what I
100%.
mean? Okay.
Mm.
I think I might start doing that.
Mm.
I might have to actually.
What, a script writer?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that. Don't you think?
I think because also people now, they don't understand that literally you can just
it.
use AI.
AI, they
But
don't
people
know
are
how.
so slow
That's what I'm
to
saying.
understanding it. Like I tell someone, listen, just any problem that you have, put it into ChatGPT, put it into any other
Sorts it
AI
out.
forms. There's so many. ChatGPT is the most known,
But
but
I-
there's so many
Yeah.
AI tools that are used
Jasper.
to Jasper,
Yeah.
like to auto make images. It's amazing. Like,
No, there are
I
some
don't understand how
super
people are
sick.
on them.
I mean, there's even. Have you seen 11 Labs?
No.
You can like. So you sit there for half an hour, you record your voice, and then it makes like a complete clone of your voice.
No way.
Yeah.
I might need that for for like my courses or something.
Yeah, in the future.
But like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me get to the next question. Yeah. Are you getting cold, by the way? Do you want a cup of coffee? Can I ask my brother
All
to
good.
make you one?
All good.
This is a family-run business, you know. Okay.
Oh, is that
What?
Oh, which TikTok? I could literally have gone live also in mine, but it's short.
Aslam has somehow managed to go viral on TikTok a few times, and then get banned,
algorithm.
and then get banned, and then go viral again and get banned.
Today
So,
go viral again.
Talk about that turmoil and
Yeah.
what you went through at that time. Because I mean, you probably built all of that up and then just got it taken away just like that.
It's like one of the worst feelings to get when you just log onto the app just to laugh.
Yeah.
And then you see, then you get this notification, like it just goes straight up on your thing. It's like you've been banned.
It's like you
And you're
can't
like,
watch.
Oh,
You're
my
not allowed to
Lord.
watch.
You're not allowed. So, so then what's happened was back in the day when TikTok didn't even have the photo options that we now have to post your TikToks. It was mainly in video form. So in the video form, it's easier, I think, probably for the bots to see like what text you're putting in
Yeah.
and what you're actually promoting out. So TikTok honestly hates dropshippers. They hate traders. and I guess I got caught in the crossfire. They always gave me warnings, even the old accounts. So the first account got to 18,100 when I
Yeah.
was in about November of matric, so 2021. That one got banned in January when I got to 18,000 followers. Then the next account I started to use, which got... Actually, I wasn't too frequent with it until
Yeah.
about July. I think it got a banned this year again during the same time, January or February, when I got to 18,000. And literally 18,000 banned again. So then this time I needed like a new
That's the
way.
threshold.
Literally, that's
the
always the
You
threshold.
can't go past, bro.
Until now, where I started like the new
You're not allowed
account.
past 18, bro.
No,
Stop.
this time I reckon I will get over 18.
Okay, what's the game? Tell me the game plan. How we breaking past here?
Because this time
Okay.
they've now added photos.
Yeah.
So photos helps. It's so much easier to get a view
Yeah.
with photos, because as soon as somebody goes on and you put text over it, the first like 2 seconds, it automatically registers that as
That's a
view.
view. Okay,
So-
whereas on a video, how long does it take? 5
Well,
seconds, 4
yeah, a
seconds.
video is like what, a good video for to like blow up will be maybe 12 seconds. So over here, the first slide, if it's very interesting, will have the viewer sitting there for
So
like
we're catching
4 or
the
5
viewer in the
seconds.
first like 1.5 seconds
Yeah.
on video.
So that's also very important, which is like a business thing which I've learned, is that the first few words that I use and the picture that I
Yeah.
use to capture the person's attention would be emotional words, something which would carry out an action to the person. Okay, this can resonate with the person that's watching it from the other
Keep
other
bumping
screen.
the mic. I hope we can fix
So
that
listen, nah, it's
first.
chilling.
Okay, so now if I was starting a TikTok page, what would you say? What's some good advice? Would you say I should try replicate other people's videos that are successful, or should I try be original and try like throw it out like that? You know what I mean?
So I think replicating other people's videos is obviously, if you see that their plan and their strategy is working, then copying them would obviously be the easiest way to do it. Making your own ideas will...
Ethan, can you get me another Red Bull there, please? Yeah, making your own ideas.
Making your own ideas would allow you to have more leverage with, you know, part 1, part 2,
Yeah.
part 3, all that stuff. But I think even for myself, I do copy other people's strategies,
I was gonna
but
say, I think
overseas
that's-
strategies.
You just throw
Red Bull there. So overseas strategies that will do well in South Africa. So even a lot of people don't know, South Africa is one of the easiest places to, you know, do dropshipping in.
Yeah, I actually saw a comment earlier when we asked for questions.
Hmm.
Someone actually said they think dropshipping's dead in SA, but I think it's growing right now.
Anybody that says dropshipping is dying is probably somebody that unfortunately, you know, didn't do so well in their dropshipping store. But dropshipping can never necessarily die, because more people, people love the convenience of shopping.
But I also think you were quite lucky with Evac Tech.
100%.
I
Actually, I've
think
gotten
you
that
were-
question. Well,
you were
not,
very lucky.
yeah, I've gotten that statement a lot of times.
Like, but I mean,
Um,
then again, luck also comes with preparation. for
Yeah, yeah.
that luck.
Because again, I got lucky with the first store. The next business I started
Yeah.
did very well. The next business did also pretty well, and
Yeah.
the next business to follow. But like, I mean,
Okay, you don't have to flex.
no, it's not flexing. But like, I think it I wouldn't say it's easy, but it takes a lot of thinking,
Yeah.
a lot of understanding about your niche, and you know who you're marketing to, the words that you need to use to actually attract to them, and at the end of the day, have them, you know, make an action of
Yeah.
buying your product, even emailing.
Yeah, so how do you get to the point where, because obviously you aren't the only computer supplier, right? So how is it that you made your company stand out? You know,
Yeah. So I think when it started off, obviously we've gone through a little back and forth with the way the business is
Yeah.
running. But when it started off, it was mainly to provide affordable gaming items, and that's where I was more unique, or at
Yeah.
least the business was more unique than others. Is that gaming doesn't need to be as expensive
As
as
it
it is
is,
right
yo,
now.
1,000 rand a game is crazy. They gotta
Like
bring that
when I
down.
bought my first gaming desktop, or built my first gaming desktop, this was like back in grade 9. That desktop, which I saved up for, had like birthday money, and that cost 6,000 rand, and it was like the most basic of desktops. And like I think like 2 years later, when I
Yeah.
actually did the numbers of how, when I actually got the knowledge of how gaming works and the desktops and the components,
Yeah.
I think I actually got the number down from 6,000 that I could just that I spent then to like 4,000 rand.
Yeah.
Just it was like 3.5 to 4,000. So I realized from there, like, that is how, firstly, I'm going to become more unique than other stores, is that we are going to be affordable compared to our
Okay.
competitors.
So you brought your price down.
Yes,
You
and
took
that
you almost took a loss for a little bit.
we didn't take a loss. So when it's like 3.5, obviously we added our profits.
Yeah.
Definitely added the profits, but that is what I learned in high school. It's called market penetration.
Yeah.
So market penetration literally means like going into any environment or any market that you or niche that you're in,
Bullish.
and putting your prices down.
Yeah.
Some people even put them down to a loss for the first few months just to gain traction from other people,
Yeah.
and then provide them with really good services
Yeah.
that they can now be telling their friends to their friends, and then that's what I call secondary marketing, where it
Yes.
starts exponentially growing just by
from
word of
word
mouth,
of mouth. Yeah.
and then from there just slowly start to increase it without.
I mean, that's what we did with Good Stuff Wine.
Mm.
Shut up. Fuck. That's what we did was we came in, we brought our prices down 15% compared to the rest, and we went to a few farms and we were like, could we get salad or price
Yeah,
on these wines, and we'll just buy it from you on consignment. We won't touch the stock, but as soon as we get an order, we'll place it by you, and then you give it to us at Salador, and we'll
Yeah.
take it. Right? We ran at a loss for the first 3 months, but I mean, after that, things started absolutely exploding.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it just got better and better from there. You know?
with every business like I start, I think the first thing one needs to do, apart from the marketing being on point, is market penetration.
Yeah.
Like, make sure that you go into the market with good reviews and just like the cheapest of costs.
Yeah.
And then also another tip is have a way for people to chat to a real person, even if it's with calls or like emails or WhatsApp. If they can chat to a real person, name, whatever, so that
Yeah.
at least they have that level of assurity that, you know, there's actually somebody
there on
behind the
other
screen.
end, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think that worked for me a lot.
we could low key like train a chatbot to do that though.
Yeah,
Give
now
it
you
the
can train a
personality.
chatbot. It's
It's
I
silly.
don't understand.
I'm
Like
trying
right
to-
now, it's
I'm
even
just trying to
easier.
put that in perspective to everyone. AI is gonna be silly.
AI is the best. Like back when we started with evac,
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have somebody that could make a website for me for
In the
free, so that I
beginning, yeah.
didn't have any. I had zero cost. That's why I always say it from the start. I had zero cost when starting evac.
But I mean, that's where the beauty of Hermes Academy is gonna come in, because it's a network.
No one believes it, bro.
But
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it's a network. It's not what you know; it's who you know. Ultimately,
The thing is, it now is that there's new website hosters that allow you to have websites for free.
really.
So it's become so easy. My YouTube video will like explain it all.
Okay.
So that, like, for one, it's called Cod
Yeah.
website hoster.
Never heard of it.
So they literally allow you to have 2 websites for free, and then the third one
After
you
that,
pay.
you must pay.
So what we do is we make the landing page where you see the product, whichever one you want to buy, and then from there you can click to the checkout. So it goes to the checkout part, and then over there it can show you like the last few details that you need as a client wanting to get a
Yeah.
product, and then at the end you can press a button called like checkout, and then when you press checkout, it will like show you the bank details if you want to pay it
Everything,
there,
yeah.
or if you have just a bank card. If you have PayPal, you can create a button that allows you to press on the button and it'll take you straight to PayPal. And then we'll have the conversion rates over there,
Okay.
or they can pay the conversion rates. Or if they're using Yoko Payfast, you can add another button,
Yeah.
which literally can press it, and then it opens up Yoko, and you can put in your card, and you can
Yeah.
pay just like that. No fees, nothing you spend, no money you're
You
spending
haven't
on.
spent. And I mean, if you get to the point where your site's growing, you can probably take out like a Wix stores or
Yeah, 100%.
or
So yeah,
Shopify or something, and
that's
then that'll
when.
end up paying for itself as well. You know what I
And
mean?
even Shopify is that $1 deal. So like you have $1 for 3
Crazy. I
months.
didn't
So
even know about that.
it's
Yeah.
insane, bro. I mean, think about it. 5, 6 years ago, people were paying what 2, 3 thousand rand for websites.
Yeah, no. And I mean,
And
now
now
you
you
can pay
can.
monthly.
Yeah, now you can pay monthly like 500
Yeah.
rand. Just sure.
That's crazy.
I think that's the future.
Okay, let me get some more quizzes here. Hey, I keep bumping the mic. Can you still hear me? Jay, you asleep there, bro? Our producer's asleep. He's fast
Go
asleep
get a Red
there.
Bull.
Get him a Red Bull, yeah. Ethan, please get him a Red Bull there.